I just did a whole thing and didn't and collapsed at the end. A whole video. I wanted to do another video for you. I'm a little bit excited, as you can tell. I've got a series of points written here to try and describe certain things I've been thinking about throughout the afternoon in relation to what quite a few things we've been talking about actually. The first thing was I suspect that what you're doing and looking at houses and things is what I used to do. Years ago, somebody told me that the way to motivate yourself to work is to get it, to look at things you want to buy in the future. That way, supposedly, you're going to drive yourself forward to buy that new car or that new house. I tried it every which way because it made so much sense to me. As it works out, it's probably the last thing I should have been doing, I reckon. Now, knowing what I know now. Uh, the, I don't know why, but I mean, it was just, I tried it and tried to get the family involved and everything, and the harder I tried, the more negative it became. What's actually proven to be far better is the idea we've had, or I've had actually, just try and help one another here and now. Try and lift it up here and now. And that is actually giving me a boost. I can feel it. It's just like I got a turbo pack on. Um, and it's just made such a difference to I don't know whether it's making any difference to you, but to me, it's making everything seem possible. Um, yeah, so that was, and I think I've been sort of playing around with that idea in my mind for some time because an idea I had with Inday a little while ago was to have dinner dates online. I tried to get it to do it with her as an experiment. The idea was that we have a cam. We're roughly about the same time zone, but an hour's difference. But she'd be on cam and I'd be on cam. Raph and I did it once. We had lunch together once, or breakfast or something. She had breakfast, I had dinner. We just sat there and ate and pegged, and it was virtually like sitting opposite one another. But I suggested this to Indo, and it just didn't work because her internet was so weak and it's so expensive, and they can only get the lowest weak, and it's basically good for emails. It's not much good for anything else. Cam needs a fair bit of grunt to get it across there, but so it didn't work. But the idea was pretty good. It was going to cost, I'd say, about $15 for an old guy like me who's on his own to have dinner with a young Filipino. Uh, it didn't have to involve sex. I wasn't thinking about sex. It's not an escort agency. It's a escort idea. It's a genuine thing to make him feel, just give him a lift. To be able to actually have dinner with somebody. And the thing was that um, I thought, she buys the ingredients, cooks her own meal, and buys the beers from, the beers were about $1 each. And she could get the ingredients for a really nice meal for maybe $5. So for $10, or probably less. Well, let's say it was $20. But I mean, so what she would be paid for is cooking her own meal, a really nice meal, and for sitting there and eating it with somebody. I thought, gee, that's not a bad way to do it, is it? Okay, she earns, you know, $2 or $3 an hour for the whole thing, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take her to cook it. But I mean, they only earn $1 an hour if they can get that. And I thought, that's what a way to do it. If you can just sit there, even if it was $25, because the same meal here would be 125. So it's a lot cheaper. I mean, no young girl's going to go out with a whole guy in public. And they're just not going to be interested in them. The only ones who are going to be interested are old women, and the old blokes aren't that. Well, I don't know, they could be, but I mean, they have to go around to her place. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know whether the idea would have worked or not, but it was the same theme of how do you give yourself a bit of a lift. It would have given her a lift, it would have given him a lift. And I thought, yeah, it would have been okay. Yeah, but anyway, it never happened because the internet wasn't good. I mean, she'd have to up her speed and that sort of thing. I don't know, if I ever make money, I'd like to help her do it. I think it's a good idea. She could organise other, dates and sort of advertise the whole thing. It's all possible. So look at that glitter thing. What a silly idea, but maybe making a bit of money out of it. Could be making a fortune out of it. But I mean, just all that sort of thing is going to be the future. That's all these silly ideas One of the women in the room said, "Oh, what a stupid idea." Well, yeah, must be a good one then if they reckon that. Like, once upon a time, it was a stupid idea to think the Earth was round. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, it was it, that's sort of in keeping with what I was thinking. At the it, just before when I sent you a message before, I I said I'd do it the Chinese way, and I don't know that you understood what I was talking about. I probably didn't understand it myself, but I'm getting, I'm trying to talk you into doing the marketing. And see, an American would say, look, I want you to do the marketing this way. I want you to do this, 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 and this. And if you get somebody else to help you, can you get them to send me a resume? So, and I want to talk to them and know that they're okay, right? A Chinese would say, all right, boom, um, I don't care how you do it. You can employ it. You can use any technique you want. You can employ anybody you want. This is the product. This is how we're going to promote it. This is the advertisement I've got with it. That's my part here. You take over there. And you might say, I don't know anything about advertising. I don't know anything. So you don't know much. I don't know much more than you. We can talk about it as we go. But no, it's sort of like you organise it and you organise it with your team. And I just want to talk to you about it. That's what I'm talking about the Chinese way. I leave it up to you. Um, and then you discuss it with me. Can you see the difference? One way is you're put in a straitjacket. That's my way or the highway. The other way is this is basically the idea I have. You might want to do your animations, plus you can't. So you only have a limited amount of time. So you just job it out. You say, oh yeah, can you do that? Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, you log in, show you, yeah. And then you pay them. And that's what I was talking about. That's the idea. It's not. I'm not going to work out how to do it, and then they must do it exactly the same way. I just don't want to do that. It might be, like all this franchise. I do it this way. It's like, yeah, great. I don't know. That might end up going that way. It might be the only way to do it. But it's. Can you see the difference? One way is you do it my way. The other way is this is roughly what I want to happen, but I'll leave the rest up to you. And I reckon you do a good job of it. I think you probably enjoy it. Yeah. So yeah, the other thing I thought with this is on that future versus feeling good now thing. As soon as I start thinking about actually launching, I get nervous. I start to freak, and I felt that today, and I thought, no, Bob, no, learn from your own thing. It's don't worry. We're at step 2. Worry about step 3 when we get there. Okay, and this is what happens. You're at step 2 and you're thinking you're in front, right out in front of yourself, looking at step 3, and you start freaking about something that's like today's a good day. You've come up with an idea for the web page, and well then stay there. Don't think about the next step. It'll come soon enough. Yeah, but that's another mistake I regularly make. This is the future thing that I was telling you about. You know, and then suddenly you'll be happy about what's happening here and now, like the web page. Oh, what a good idea, do that. But then, when I'm out shopping, I start panicking about what'll happen in the future. So, and then my mood comes down. I caught myself this time. I thought, no, leave the future to the future. Yeah, and then just take care of today. What's happening here and now, and try and lift yourself up with that, and see if get that to work. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd share. There was another thing too, but I've forgotten what it was. I was about to talk about it when the video crashed the last time. No doubt as soon as when I stopped this, I'll remember what it was. I should have actually made a note of it. I've actually had to write down 5 points here, which I've just covered. I didn't want the video to go the vid to go on and on forever. But no, it's just just all the mistakes I've made and you're making them too. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think that's fair to say. I can say the same. I hadn't seen it until I've never worked with an entrepreneur. I guess that's as simple as it is. I've only ever spoken to people who are non-entrepreneurs, and they don't think like this at all. They don't have to worry about the things that we have to worry about. And maybe that's what's happened. Maybe I've seen you making all the mistakes I made, and yeah, and just how shitty it all becomes. So maybe I'm teaching you inadvertently. Maybe I don't even realise it. I don't mean to. It was just that mule video that started it. Yeah, but it's good. It's good for me. I hope it's good for you too. But yeah, it's a oh, that's right. The other thing was this, and this is something I learned at the food bank. When I went to the when I started the food bank, they were, cause it's pretty boring, stacking shelves, and there's no organisation, there's no pattern to what they're doing. So people just didn't want to do it. And I read somewhere or watched something where someone said, yeah, if it's an obligation, if in your mind you see it as an obligation, a task you must do, then you'll really be you'll be really slow, dragging your feet and the whole thing. However, if you look at everything as an opportunity, you'll be surprised how much spring you have in your step. So I tried it at the food bank. I instead of looking at here, I had to be there actually. It was an obligation to be there. I didn't think of it that way. I thought, okay, what if I just fill the gaps? Or wherever there's a gap, I'll just fill it with something. And so I got into the frame of mind where everything was an opportunity. I thought, I can put that there, put there. Oh yeah, that can go there. And I was surprised because I started working like you wouldn't believe. I couldn't stop myself, and everybody was getting pissed off. Like, why is he working so hard? And that was what was happening. It was because I wasn't pushing myself. I didn't need to push myself. It was exhausting me, but I didn't need to push myself because everything I saw was an opportunity, which is what entrepreneurs do when you think about it. Like, for example, today you could have had two things. You could have thought, how can I give Bob a lift and how can I use an opportunity like, oh, that web page? There's an opportunity for me to give him a lift. Bob, have a look at this web page. How simple is it? Bang, bang, bang. Look, just, can you do that? Yeah, sheep. See, opportunity. Yeah, and lifting me at the same time. Opportunity to lift me. Not an opportunity to make money. No, 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 no. It's not an opportunity to, no, it's an opportunity to give Bob a lift. Lift his day a little bit. Now, is there any money in that? Is there? Oh, who knows? Okay, but that's the way I looked at it. When you brought it over, I thought, well, there's an opportunity there, right there, bang. I can just copy that. Shit, I'm going to do that, and the thing will be done in two shakes of a lamb's tail. Otherwise, I don't know what it's like putting a web page together. Oh, fuck, what have I got to put here? Oh, shit. I don't know what to fucking do. This is just awful. See, obligation, I have to do it. Opportunity difference. I wonder if I can just copy it. Now, I'm a bit keen to find out, not that I've started it all, but can you see how that works? Yeah, there's all different stuff like this. Entrepreneurs, it's not that they have millions of dollars or anything else like that. They learn all this thinking. You get a little to get it off the vids too. They teach you how to little tricks like obligation versus opportunity. Yeah, it's not something you hear about at uni. It's not something you do in a management course or anything else like that. It's just something you hear about on YouTube. Yeah, where somebody's realised that if you're looking at life like everything is an obligation, yep, you won't do much. However, if you look at everything like it's an opportunity, you'll move. And that way too, you'll like when you're talking to somebody, you think, oh, gee, you can get you to do the marketing for me. I'll chat to Bob about it, and you could actually do the work. Yes, I'll just look at it. Yeah, you got that idea. Yeah, Bob, it's going well. Such and such, such and such. Okay. You probably spent all of 30 seconds talking to somebody. Yep, you got that idea. Yeah, but anyway, that was it. So there's the opportunity. I ticked that one too. Point number 6. I thought about that afterwards. But I'll get this off to you. 14 minutes. I was actually, I bought myself a can of oysters and a box of biscuits and ate them all. I was that excited. I even thought about giving Stumpy a couple, but I won't. Yeah, so it's better. And really, I think it's I think it has to be better because really, I don't know about you. No, I know about you. You're down. Yeah, it's getting on top of you big time. It's getting on. It's actually getting. I feel better. I'm trying to keep myself up the whole time. I've probably been less than honest with myself. I mean, I'm just missing my family, and I hate my life to a large extent. Um, but if we can get on top of this, no, it'll be good. Who knows? You know, things might something might happen with my family. Yeah, if things work out, I hate to say it, but people want the money. I reckon Vaughan will come looking for money or a job or something. That's I'd say that's what you do. I Jackie won't, but I'd say Vaughan probably would. Uh, if she needed the money, yeah, wouldn't put it past her to come knocking. And it's well, so what? Yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, I reckon it's good. If you've got any questions, ask them in the comments below. Okay, I'm going now. Bye.